Hello and welcome to this video. My name is ActiqueRS. So I made a video about the 138 combat level and a lot of other things yesterday, and I didn't really realize that the two other polls are kind of interesting as well that we have at the moment in the polls. So I was kind of ready with the other video already, so I decided that I would just split it to two videos, and this also gives me more time to talk about the other polls. So the second poll that we have at the moment is the diamond poll about being able to buy old holiday event rewards from the Solomon's General Store for the loyalty points. And as I was reading through the FAQ by Jagex, they said that the new holiday items that would look kind of like the old items would be essentially maybe even cosmetic overrides, and they would also be slightly different looking than the original ones, so people could basically just use the original ones, and some people would still recognize those people as having some item that's very old and cannot be obtained anymore. But there wouldn't be any kind of thing where just old accounts would be able to obtain items that are old. So for example, every single new player would be able to obtain the Skite, and I believe the Skite would be an cosmetic override, but I think the details haven't been decided yet that much. But this of course won't include any tradable items, so everything that you would be getting from the Solomon's General Store for your loyalty points would be untradeable, so at least it wouldn't have any kind of effect on the rare items in the market. So I'm kind of opposed to this, to be honest. Even though my account is very old, I don't have that many items at Diango, but I think that those people that were around 2003 or 4 and they actually got themselves the Skite, for example, they should be able to just show that off and maybe add it to Dragon Keepsake box to make it cosmetic override. But I don't think any other players should have the option to have those items because they weren't around. And it looks like it's going to be quite tight competition between the people that want to have the old items and between those people that just want to keep it the way it is and make those old holiday items some kind of souvenirs that you cannot obtain anymore. But all in all, I think this will pass, and it's kind of going to devalue the old holiday items. But again, this is one of those polls that don't have real meaning in RuneScape, and they don't really matter in your XP, in your money, in your wealth or anything. So I don't care too much, but I definitely do think that it would be better that the people that were around for a long time would be able to show it in a way that cannot be copied by a similar look that you just bought from the Solomon General Store, even though you bought it for loyalty points. And I would be much more open to this if it would require your character to be very old to buy the items for loyalty points, because that would still show that your character was around even though you were stupid that you didn't do the holiday events. And yeah, of course that would make myself able to buy the items that I missed because I was taking a break from RuneScape. But to be honest, the better option in my opinion is to just simply keep it the way it is and not add any items that look like the old holiday items, just make new items. And perhaps those items in the distant future will be also some kind of prestige items, and you can show off with those new items, because I don't see RuneScape going away in a couple of years or even 10 years. But yeah, this is my opinion and you are eligible to have your own opinion. There is also a Ruby poll which is not going to last too long, but this is about a high-level Divination familiar, and it's kind of nice that Jagex is finally thinking about adding a familiar that you can use while you are doing divination. So the options for the Divination familiar are the Divination Chronicle, Forager, Booster or a Divination Beast of Burden. The Chronicle would be storing your Chronicles and automatically cashing in your 10 Chronicles when you get those, and I chose this because it's kind of nice, because I really hate going to the Gothic's resting place to turn in my Chronicles. The Forager would be working in the same way as Magpie, I believe. So it would be bringing you large amounts of divination energy when you are just running around, I suppose, and also occasional signs and porters. The Divination Booster would be a familiar that offers small improvement to boons, to divine location gathering limits, and a number of dispatched items by sign of Porter. The last option, and the one that's also winning at the moment, is Divine Beast of Burden, which would be a huge Beast of Burden inventory, and it would be able to gather your divine memories. So you could basically just train for a long time and gather a lot of memories, and then you would go to the Divine Rift, and then you could do the same thing as you do with the prayer bones when you are doing the training at the player-owned house altar. So you could basically sit at the rift for a longer time, and then you would just click claim from Beast of Burden, and then you would just continue your AFKing. So this would make Divination a bit more AFKable than it's at the moment, and you could be just simply AFKing for a bit longer time because you would do kind of 2 inventories in a row. So I guess this is the reason why the Beast of Burden is winning at the moment. And to be honest, the Beast of Burden was kind of my second option, but pretty much all of the familiars sound decent to me, and I don't mind which one of these we get. The Divination Chronicles Gatherer would be kind of nice also, because then it's not so annoying to get the Chronicles, and maybe it would kind of boost the Hunter XP, because nowadays you don't get as many Chronicles as you got before. And a lot of people are actually destroying their Chronicles because it's very annoying when they clutter your inventory. So what do you think about these polls? Do you want some kind of Divination familiar, and what kind of familiar you want? And more importantly, what do you think about the holiday items? Should the holiday items be added to everybody, and should everybody be able to get old holiday items that they just couldn't get because they weren't around? You can leave some comments related to these topics, and if you want to ask something, I can try to answer it as well. And I hope you have enjoyed this video, so if you like it, please leave it a like and subscribe, and thanks for watching, and see you guys next time.